Okay, so what I'm going to show you guys to do, so this is my finished final sketch. I've got everything pretty much figured out except for size, okay, which I'm going to show you how to kind of determine or estimate the size of this. And then I'm going to show you guys how to make the template for the base. Now, the majority of us are going to be doing using a 5-inch base for 5-inch circle for our base. There are some of you guys who are exceptions, and in that case, I'll kind of talk to you guys on an individual basis about how to go about those. But for the most part, everybody in here is going to use a 5-inch base. So we only need actually one template per table because we'll just reuse the same template for everybody. Okay. All right, so here's my sketch. It's completely finished. Remember a few things. You want to indicate where your texture is going to go. Now, if you're one of those people that's doing texture all over, you can do something like you could just write off to the side texture all over, or if you're doing one of those things where maybe the texture is heavy at the top and you want to kind of fade it off as it goes down to the bottom, or opposite, heavy at the bottom and fade it off as it goes to the top, you can just, again, indicate that off to the side, by writing something off to the side there, and that's fine. But you do need to remember that I don't know what you're thinking in your head, so whatever you're thinking in your head for your design, you need to write down on that paper so you can communicate that to me. I'm a visual person. I need to see it. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on this. So we know that we want these projects to be 12 inches tall. Okay? So the very first thing I'm going to do right here is I am going to take my drawing here, and I'm just going to indicate off here to the side that this is going to be 12 inches tall. Okay? I'm just going to write up here, and I can do it up here. 12 inches tall, okay? I know also, too, that my base needs to be 5 inches wide, so that's another thing that I know, and I'm going to go ahead and just draw on here by labeling 5 inches down there, okay? Now, what I need to figure out, though, is where do I need to make this angle, and where do I need to make this angle? This is something, if you don't kind of plan ahead, it's very easy to kind of miss those chances when you're actually building. So we want to estimate where those changes have to be. So if my project is 12 inches tall, I should be able to divide this area in half. And I'm going to turn my sketch this way so it makes it easier for me. So I'm going to literally take my fingers, I'm going to bring them to the middle, find the middle. I'm going to draw a line across here. Across my sketch. If that's my middle, how tall is this? 6 inches. Okay. So that point is 6 inches. I'll go ahead and indicate that. Now if you look, this bend that I have, does that happen below, at, or above that 6-inch mark? Below. Okay. So give me a number that you think I could guess that this is. I'd go 5 inches. So now I know, and again, this is just what I call a best guess, okay? My guess is going to be that at 5 inches tall, this is where I need to have that angle happen, okay? So now I need to figure out where this guy's going to be, okay? So this one is above the 6-inch mark, okay? It's quite a bit farther from the 6-inch mark than this was. So what do you think you would guess that this is at? Let's go with 8. I think 8 would be a good number. Okay, so at 5 inches tall, I need to have my angle here. And at 8 inches tall, I need to have my angle here. Okay. Now I do need to figure out a couple other ones here too. I have this one here. And I have this one here I need to figure out, okay? Now, if I want to, I could, to make life maybe a little bit easier on myself, divide this in half. That would be the 9-inch mark. So it looks like this is a little bit above it. Yep, I'd go 10. And what do you think you'd go for here? 11. Well, the highest point is 12, so we don't want to go 13. So, So there's 11. Okay, so that's where all my turns and big form changes need to happen. So that's how we're going to plan that out. Okay, so you're going to be making notations all over this. If you want to, if it makes it easy for you guys and you want to Sharpie in your design so that you can kind of draw on top of it easily, that's perfectly fine with me. But that's basically how you're going to determine those measurements. Okay, now I want to show you guys how you're going to make the template for your 5-inch base. So I've got a 5-inch base for mine. Okay, what you guys are going to do, I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to give you guys, you already have at your table a piece of tag board. You have what I like to call these circle makers, and you should have a reliable ruler at your table. So what you're going to do is, on your papers, you're going to draw a line that is 5 inches long, because that's how wide our base needs to be. Now, what's 5 divided by 2? 2.5. So I'm going to make a mark right here. This is where these little circle makers are fun. So you're going to take this little circle maker, you're going to put it right on top. That they've got like a little brass ring right here. Let me zoom in just a little bit. You're going to put that right on top of that midpoint. Hold that down. And then you want to find, you'll see the line here, there's these little holes all along this circle maker. You're going to find the one that matches with the end of your line, and you're just going to spin this around, put your pencil inside there and spin it around. Now you've got your 5-inch base, okay? And then what I would do is I would put your table number on there, because each table is going to have their own. And then all you're going to do is you're going to use a pair of scissors to cut around the outside of that circle. Okay? This is going to stay in your table folder, but we will be using it on block day to make our base. Okay? So that's how you're going to do that. So we want to get our measurements on our final sketch. Okay? We want to get these done. And we want to make the template for our table. Again, for those of you that are doing something a little different, I'll need to talk to you on an individual basis. So there you go. That's it.